It's going to be another exciting day of racing as the BRL enters the second half of the season and the tail end of a racing weekend here at Gingerman Raceway. 2.14 miles of racing in store and riders looking for the top step of the podium once again. Hello, everybody. I'm Zach Herron, excited to bring you all the racing action here today remotely from just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, but all the racing action out at Gingerman Raceway for the Bagger Racing League you don't want to miss. We've got tons of fans, tons of racers, and we've got some very exciting coverage in store right here on RacerTV.com. We were able to catch up with our Bagger GP winner from yesterday, Cody Gilmore. He sat down and talked with our very old Speed King cycle, Steve Edgar, about carrying the points lead today here into round 6.
We're out here at the Suburban Harley-Davidson race team with Cody Gilmore, who pilots the Bridgestone racing bike. He's our current point leader in the GP class. Cody, what's it like going to the GP class with that pressure and that target on your back?
Definitely adds a little weight to the shoulders for sure. You know, last year I was in the pro stock and, you know, you're kind of out there learning a little bit and you got some faster guys out there and you kind of get in behind them and you don't really have any pressure on you to be one of the fastest dudes out there. But when you move up to the main class and, you know, it's not so much that, you know, you have to be the fastest one every time out, but definitely you're the fastest class out there and you need to get out there and perform. So definitely adds a little bit of weight, but it's fun too. You know, it's the gradual. I kind of moved up a little sooner than I thought. Last year was my first year on a bagger. So it's all going good and, you know, hopefully I can keep performing and doing good.
How do you feel this humidity out here at Gingerman Raceway is taking play today when you practice?
It's definitely warm out there for sure. I live in Texas now, so we get some heat, and I'm used to it a little bit. But definitely, I think it's out of all the last few years of BRL that I've been racing, today's probably the warmest it's been. So maybe last year at Mid-Ohio was pretty warm too, but definitely makes you sweat. But man, the bikes are running good, and you know the traction's good out there. It's not too hot to where it feels too greasy or anything. So it feels good out there, and I'm not complaining.
Well, it sure is a pleasure watching you go around the track, and I really look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Big shout out there to Steve Edgar and our very own Cody Gilmore as we are just about ready to throw the green flag. But before we get to our first race of the day, we're going to get a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back here with more BRL racing action right here on RacerTV.com.
A little bit.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to BRL Round 6, live on RacerTV.com. As we are just about ready to go racing. Here from Gingerman Raceway, round number 6 of the Bagger Racing League. Like track we talked about yesterday. Unfortunately, Hollywood Dave Gildine not going to be with us today. This Gingerman Raceway course, South Haven, Michigan's finest. Absolutely incredible location that a lot of the riders circle as one of their favorite stops on the circuit. We talked about it yesterday. The same designer that we had out in Nebraska designing this Gingerman Raceway course as well. But this track definitely having some unique features of its own. As it looks like we are actually already off and rolling on racing. So thought that might have been the warm-up lap, but looks like the green flag has already flown. So at the moment, yeah, gonna have to excuse me there, guys. At the moment, looks like Drew Jankert out front leading the way. Tony Bangma sitting in the number 2 spot. Cody Gilmore in that 3rd place position. So let's give you some insight here on some of our riders. Bangma on that Bronis Furniture Fuel ride, sitting in the number 2 ride yesterday. He was the man to beat. And so we'll see if Bangma can work his way back to the front. Keep your eye, on the number 25 of Cody Gilmore. He's on that Rockspeed FX CF Moto backed machine. Believe he was at the tail end of the grid once again, and he seems to be totally fine with that. Worked his way up towards the front yesterday with relative ease. As right now, Drew Janker, Tony Bangma, and Cody Gilmore 1, 2, and 3 on the track at the moment. We're touching on this Gingerman Raceway course, not only a favorite for the riders, but for the fans as well. We'll be touching on Fan Hill. That is the VIP spot to hang out. Got arguably the best vantage point on the entire property for this racetrack. Is look at the battle that we have on screen. Trying to take a look at exactly who that is. Possibly the 135 of Duran and Costling, maybe. It looks like, I believe it is Holger Costling and Douglas Duran sitting in the 6th and 7th place spot. Janker checks in with a 137.7 on that last lap. So that is one of the faster times we've seen here this weekend at Gingerman. This is your DP Brakes Liquid Twins class, your Drag Specialties Air-Cooled Twins, and your Drag Specialties Metric Twins classes. So a couple different groups out on track, but we touched on this yesterday as well. When you're physically on track, if you've got a rider in front of you, hey, you want them behind you. That's all there is to it. Look at this, a little look over the shoulder as the battle between Costling and Durack continues. This is our camera shot from Fan Hill. We'll watch them peek their way around turns 4, 5, and 6. And they'll circle back up. You can see up at the top of the camera shot there, the fans all hanging out. Oh yeah, they got the easy up set up. Everybody's enjoying a beautiful day. A little bit hotter in Michigan. Look at this around the outside. Duran trying to make it happen, gets a little off balance there, not quite able to follow through on it. But a little bit hotter today than yesterday. We'll see whether or not that plays into track conditions, catches anybody a little bit off guard. We heard from Cody Gilmore there. That was actually from Friday's practice day, which was the hottest day of the weekend as well. So the physicality of this is going to take a toll as well. We talk about the shape these riders have to be in. Is look at this around the outside, taking the wide line. What an impressive move there. Gotta wonder whether or not that was, no, McGuire's already in front of them. So we'll wait for them to check in for another lap complete, see who that was that was able to slingshot around the outside. Oh, one rider off track in the grass. This is not adventure cross here, folks. So we will see Janker checks in once again. Bangma in 2, Gilmore still in 3. Last we saw, Jake McGuire in 4, Robert Parker in 5, with Holger Costling and Douglas Duran 6th, 7th. Then it's Matthew Maldonado in the 8th place spot with David Lancaster rounding out the field in the 9th place position. So Drew Jankert right now leads the way. Tony Bangma in that number 2 spot. Cody Gilmore quietly stalking there in 3 as we continue to watch this battle just outside of the top 5. looks like we are just about to the halfway point here for race 1. Your Drag Specialties Metric Twins, your Drag Specialties Air-Cooled Twins, and your DP Brakes Liquid Twins classes all out on track. Bangma now takes over the number 1 ride, so Jankert starting to find his way towards the back of the field as he's already dropped back to 3rd place. Jankert's still the fastest lap of the race so far. Actually, his last lap was his fastest lap of the race, a 1:37.5. So up and down for Jankert. Might have been him who we saw off track, but now it is Tony Bangma leading the way on the number 56 ride out of our Drag Specialties Air-Cooled Twins classes. Cody Gilmore sits in the number 2 ride, but leads the way in the Drag Specialties Metric Twins classes. There you see the halfway flags up as this battle continues. Here just outside the top 5, we talked about the level of racing that we're starting to see here at the Bagger Racing League. Riders getting more comfortable, bikes getting set up more efficiently as well. We've got so many great vendors and sponsors that help set these machines up. I believe that might have been a pass for the moment. These guys have flip-flopped a couple of times if I'm not mistaken. But we're starting to see battles not just for the wins, not just for podiums, but well into and outside the top 5 and 10 in some of these classes. It's really cool to see the interest starting to grow here for Bagger Racing League as more and more riders make their way through. We said it yesterday, we had 2 graduates from our new rider race school that have graduated and are able to line up here as well, and they had a great time out there doing battle. Confident we'll probably see both of them out there again today as Tony Bangma puts another lap in the books. We check back in. This is 1st and 2nd. Tony Bangma out front leading the way on that number 56 ride, backed by Bronis Rennercher on the Buell X B12, and then Cody Gilmore sits in the number 2 spot on the number 25 Rockspeed FX CF Moto backed machine. And Cody starting to creep forward. We touched on it. Gilmore, I believe, a bit further back on the grid coming into the race. And taking a look at the lap times, Bangma just a couple of tenths faster on that last lap than Cody Gilmore. And like we said, yeah, Cody Gilmore riding on that CF Moto Rockspeed FX backed machine. There you see it at the bottom of your screen. Wait for it. There she is. And this is a really cool story. The CF Moto crew built this machine and kind of just wanted to see it in action out on the track. Cody Gilmore said, I'll spend a few laps on it. And then, man, said this thing is really, really well built. It performs well. I enjoy riding it. And all of a sudden, the idea started to pop into some people's heads. Hey, maybe we could take this thing racing. And Gilmore has been extremely impressive on it, to say the least, as he continues to try to apply some pressure. But shout out to Tony Bangma, reeling this thing back out, not giving way late in the moto. There you see him, the 56 ride, trying to bring home a win, and obviously very different style of machines as well. As the white flag comes out, Tony Bangma one more time around Gingerman Raceway, 2.14 miles, where he'll be seeing a checkered flag. Gilmore still giving it all he's got. Not one to lay down early. He's going to take this thing all the way to the checkered flag as he makes his way into turns 1 and 2. Quick little switchback, and they're going to pick up a fair amount of speed headed into that blind turn 3. Rising elevation as they make their way around a pretty tight turn as well. And there you can see just to the right-hand side of your screen, that is Fan Hill. That's where everybody's hanging out. The spot to be, the spot to watch all of the racing action. Another beautiful day here in Michigan Gingerman Raceway. Fantastic conditions, and oh no, not what we want to see at all. Rider down and looked to be down hard. And could that have possibly been Tony Bangma? I don't want to speculate. That might be Bangma we're watching on screen, so not sure who that rider was, but man, that did not look good. We'll see if we can get some more information as to what happened. Had a relatively smooth day yesterday of riders. Had a couple go off track, but to my knowledge, none getting too violently spit off. There we see the 666 ride going to be David Lancaster. There we see, let's see who that was. Checkered flags coming out. It was the final lap of racing, so it looks like Bangma will cross the line in the number 1 ride. Cody Gilmore going to cross the line in the number 2 spot. McGuire has worked his way all the way up to the number 3 spot as well. Jake McGuire, this guy's like the silent assassin. We don't really pick up on him in the middle of the race, and then all of a sudden when it's said and done, we're like, wait a second, Jake McGuire's worked his way into the top 3. So a solid run from the 718. Robert Parker in the 4th spot. Try to get an idea as to who that was that went down. Timing and scoring showing Drew Jankert in the pits. So not sure whether or not that could have possibly been Drew that went down, or if he's actually in the pits with some mechanical issues. Yeah, racer control going to try to get some things figured out. There we see the 61 of Parker. Ultimately, thoughts with that rider, probably all right. The unfortunate side of Bagger Racing League and racing in general. As we flip back to the Wild Boar Audio live drone. Possibly Holger Kosling there. Well, there it is. The first checkered flag, a fist pump there for that rider. Bringing it home for round number 6. We will have podium celebrations coming up here in just a couple of minutes with our top 3. Chat it up. Talk about the race, talk about the track. And there is Tony Bangman making his way off track. As the checkered flag falls here for the Drag Specialties Air Cooled Twins, DP Brakes Liquid Twins, and Drag Specialties Metric Twins classes here from Gingerman Raceway. Let's give you a look at that Alpine Stars top 10. It was Tony Bangman grabbing the win on that Buell XP12. Cody Gilmore on the CF Moto ride sits in the number 2 spot. Jake McGuire on that Harley Davidson Road Glide rounds out your top 3. Robert Parker and Holger Kosling your top 5. Matthew Maldonado works his way up to 6th. David Lancaster, Douglas Durra, and Drew Jankert your top 9 here from race number 1 at Gingerman Raceway. Beautiful pit setup here at Gingerman. Great to see everybody hanging out. You see all the steeds on the back end of the shot there. Everybody hanging out to enjoy the racing. As we give you a look at that Alpine Stars rapid replay, things got popped off in a hurry as riders making their way around Fan Hill. Drew Jankert once again found himself up front off the line, but things did not go his way throughout the course of the race. Worked his way back as Tony Bangma moved into the number 1 spot. Cody Gilmore had his work cut out for him, but I think that's just how he likes it. He started slicing and dicing his way up towards the front as well. Got comfortably in that number 2 spot. Jake McGuire had his work cut out for him as well. Had to make some passes to get into that number 3 spot. Robert Parker, a quietly solid run in the 4th place spot with Holger Kosling. Going to round out that top 5. There you see some close battling back and forth between Kosling and Durra. They were going at it several times. And a lot of fun to watch, but ultimately Gilmore tried his best, but he could not take down Tony Bangma here for race 1. All right, well, we're going to get ready for our podium celebrations to kick off, but first, we'll get a word from our sponsors. Once again, this is the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Memphis Shades, and a big thank you to Newcastle Harley-Davidson for bringing you this live broadcast on Racer TV. We'll be right back.
Bridgestone's reintroducing their Supermoto tires here in the United States and Canada. That's the BMO1 front and the RO2 rear. It's available in a 16.5 inch as well as a 17-inch configuration. The Racing Battle Axe is a non-DOT tire, and we definitely recommend tire warmer. Time's the only thing in life that money can't buy, but you can buy Bridgestones.
My name's Carl Schlacht, 2024 Bagger Racing League American Twins Unlimited Champion, and I run an ultra cool oil cooler and flow filter.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Andrews Performance Products, Fuelie, Pirelli Tires. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gingerman Raceway here in beautiful South Haven, Michigan for round 6, the 2025 Track Specialties Battle of the Baggers. Well, we've just wrapped up race number 1, which means it's time to kick off the podium celebrations. Let's send things down to Steve Edgar.
We're here with the Drag Specialties Metric Twin Class winner, Cody Gilmore. Cody, it's a little warmer weather out here today at the hat track. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, the warm weather's all good. You know, it's not too much different. It's like it was Friday. So, yeah, it's just my class ended up having to start in the back there, so I had to pick through some guys and try to get up to them front 2 dudes. But, you know, the leader was gone, and he was ripping out there today. And, yeah, I was just trying to catch that Buell, but down on power a little bit. And we still got the stock front brakes on this thing, and they were overheating and trying to get some brake feel back in there. But once we get some front brake in this thing, I think we can do some damage. So the CF Moto gets better every time out. Rock Speed FX has been just making this thing a little bit better. And for a mostly stock bike, it's pretty dang good. So it's fun to get out there and ride. And, man, I just appreciate these guys letting me come out and ride this thing and having fun.
Well, you always look amazing out there, man. And here's Paula Fox. Oh, I forgot your sponsors. Let's get some sponsors going.
Oh, it's all good, man. Bridgestone, you know, Rock Speed FX, Suburban, Sly Fox, man. We got so many people helping us. Ride Therapy, my boy Frankie back in Florida. You know, the Filthy Roosters boys, Drag Specialties, LS2 helmets. You know, Bridgestone's been having the tires stick to the track like glue. I can ride this thing as hard as I want. Don't have to worry about it washing. So that makes it pretty fun. And everyone that's been helping us, thank you.
Paula Fox, she's got your trophy. Congratulations.
At the podium, impressive on that number 25 ride. Like I said, just seemed like he was super comfortable the moment that he jumped on that machine. As one of the other unique features that we have going on here at Bagger Racing League is not just the racing on the road course, but we also have our Adventure Cross going on as well. One of the new things we've got here at the BRL, and our very own OPAG and OPDH, our producer Adam Gordon and Don Hampton, got to go out and do a little bit of ripping here on the Adventure Cross course. They are on the road course for a little bit and then off the road course for a little bit as well. And you can see these guys are absolutely flying. A couple of grass sections. Whoa, grass a little slick there, OPAG. Getting the power to the ground. Put himself on the ground there. Better than the asphalt, I guess. There he is. He's back up. He's rolling. Cool to see the blending of environments out here at BRL. Look at that, getting through some of those, looks like sandier sections, up and over my nemesis, the logs. This is a cool course here. We were able to catch up with our course designer yesterday and talk a little bit about it. There's a lot of time and thought and effort that goes into it. Oh, we got a Racer TV battle here. Don Hampton versus Adam Gordon. OPAG slingshotting around the outside. He's going to get the pass made. The question is, for how long? Maybe some misunderstanding regarding course guidelines. I don't know. I wasn't there in person. All I know was good times were had, checker flags were thrown, and Don Hampton's on the podium right there. That's all I'm saying. So good times for everybody. It's what it's all about. The environment here at Bagger Racing League is all about good times. It's intense racing. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to do their best when they put the helmet on, but at the same time, they're having a good time. They're hanging out with each other after the races, and right now they're working in the Racer TV truck together as well. So everybody's having a good time, and excited to see that adventure cross start to grow as well here at these BRL events. Great shot of the pits here. See some of the fans walking around, checking out some of their favorite riders. We talked yesterday about the accessibility that you have here at BRL, the ability to get close with the riders, chat it up with them, with the teams, check out the machines as well. It's always really cool to be able to get that close with the athletes and their teams as well. As looks like we're ready to send things back down to Steve Edgar standing by at the podium.
I'm going to give you a thumbs up when we're taking on the camera here.
I know boogies.
We're here with the DP Brakes Liquid Twins winner, David Lancaster. How you doing, boss?
Good. I got to get a new hat on. DP Brakes, sponsoring our class, hooking us up.
There we go. Give us the rundown of your laps.
Dude, it's hot. So I was keeping up with those guys for a while. It's just hot and tired, man. Yeah. And I saw my boy down there, and to get that in your head, he's down pretty good. So I'm hoping he's all right, but it's a long drive home if it's on driver.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Well, you looked good out there, man. You have some sponsors you want to thank?
Let me get my list out. Thank you. I want to thank my family for allowing me to come out here and not giving me a hard time. Main Street Moto out of Vegas, Eyes Up Motorsports, Dunlop, Anthony's Leatherworks, The Great Heathen Nation, Lucifer's Garage. I want to thank CRA and CVMA for having classes for us V-Twins to race in California. Just One Helmet, Quaid Harley Davidson, and my boy is taking the ambulance ride right now. So.
Well, we got Paula Fox here with your trophy.
Thank you, Paula.
Don't look at that.
And our DP Brakes Liquid Twins winner.
Come on, number one, America.
All right, good stuff there. That's how you're supposed to feel after a win here at the BRL. Pumped up. Hold that number one up, loud and proud. And one of the other cool events that we had going on, it's not always just racing, but it is usually some kind of competition. Hey, how about a little bit of a bike build-off? We had our Wild Boar Bike Show earlier this weekend, and Steve Edgar was able to catch up with us and give us the scoop. Let's check it out.
My name is William Bowie. It's a 2024 Indian Challenger. Just got new bars, new pipes, new lights. Everything else pretty much stock.
And our best bagger, second place winner. Give us your name. Tell us about your bike.
My name's Matt Frost. I got a 2015 Street Glide.
What kind of mods do you have on this Street Glide?
Just an air intake and a Bassani exhaust.
She's a beautiful bike, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And our first place winner of best bagger. Give us what you got going on this bike.
That's Jason Bowen. Builder was Joe Kewins out of Lawrence, Michigan, JK Customs. He did every, there's not one stock part on it. A lot of time and money, as you know.
And we're here with the American Legion Performance Bagger Class third place winner. What's your name, and give us a rundown on the bike?
Chance Rolk, we're out of Sioux City, Iowa. Me and the boys threw this together. Just legend suspension, like always. Some drop trees, 14s in the rear, some cool fancy purple parts, and just here to shred it.
We're here with the second place winner of the Performance Bagger Class. What's your name, and give us a rundown on the bike?
Name's Logan. This is a 2020 Road King Special. Got Olean's performance suspension on the rear, T-Sport fairing from Memphis Shades, Thrash and Supply bars, Builtwell 10-inch risers, and a whole bunch of other goodies, and more to come on this.
Right on. She's a beautiful bike, man. Congratulations on your win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're here with the Performance Bagger first place winner. What's your name, and give us a rundown on this bike?
Glenn Phillip, 2021 Road Glide CBO. Pretty much anything and everything you have done to it. Clockworks windshield. exhaust, Shark Demon headlights, Arlen S, risers, wheels, floorboards. Pretty much anything on this bike is custom made on it.
Well, she's a beautiful bike, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're here with the American Legion third place winner of the Everything Else class. Give us a rundown of what the bike is and give us your name.
My name is Veronica Wolf. It is a 2009 Can-Am Spider.
You got any mods done to this bad boy?
Nope.
Well, you have fun riding it, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much.
We're here with the American Legion Everything Else class second place winner. What's your name and give us a rundown of your bike?
I'm Robbie G, the CB. It's the 05 Yamaha Roadstar Silverado. It actually used to belong to my neighbor across the street, Scott Frazier. He had sold it to me actually for $2,000 a number of years ago before he had passed. So the bike absolutely means everything to me. Scott was an incredible man. He was a submariner in the Navy, and myself being a Navy veteran, the bike means a lot to me. So.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations on your second place win. Thank you. And our first place winner of the Everything Else class, give us your name and give us a rundown on the bike.
My name's Ramon Diaz. It's a 2005 Softail Heritage. It's a V-Class / Cholo style bike.
Well, she's beautiful, man. I saw the air ride and everything on this thing. Really nice bike. Congratulations on your first place win.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff there. Great machines as well as we get ready to send things back down to Steve, standing by at the podium.
We're here with the Drag Specialties Air-Cooled Twins third place winner, Robert Parker. Give us a rundown of today's laps.
It was a good race out there. Better start than yesterday. Still wasn't quite good enough to catch second place there, but he was out there ripping. We were having a good time. I kept trying to close the gap and chase him down, just couldn't quite do enough.
Well, it'd be like that sometimes, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great race. I'd like to thank DP Brakes, A+ Performance, 2Boss Performance, S&S Cycles, 456 Print Co., Outcast Culture. My family's out here supporting me as well. My cousin came down with his family, my wife, my son, my in-laws. Thanks, everyone, for coming out and supporting us today.
Right on, man. We got Paula Fox here with your trophy. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Going right into it. And we're here with our second place winner, Jake McGuire. Sorry, I had a brain fart there, buddy. Give us a rundown of your laps.
I was kind of having some brake problems from practice today, and they just kept fading throughout the race. I'm just glad I was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, that seems like a big issue right there, but I'm glad you held on and made it through.
Yeah, it was an exciting one. Bobby just kept getting closer and closer. I thought he was going to get me, but like I said, lucky to hold on.
There you go. You got some sponsors you want to thank?
Harley Davidson Bowling Green, Grim Reapers MC, Death Metal Racing, Fastline Track Days, Ultra Cool, and Daytona Helmets.
Right on. And we got Paula Fox here with your trophy. And these are our Drag Specialties Air-Cooled second and third place winners.
All right, great stuff down there from the podium, chatting it up with second and third. As sounds like we're still tending to that downed rider. Want to make sure not only the rider, but the machine and debris is cleaned up properly as well. It's one of the great parts about working with these amazing facilities like we have here at Gingerman Raceway. They make sure not only the riders are safe, but they got to take care of the track and the machines as well. So they're going to make sure all of that is tidied up like it needs to be before we get ready to drop the green flag on our next race. Once again, want to remind you guys about our big finale coming up out in Las Vegas, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's going to be a ton of fun. 5 classes, 2 big shootout races at the Sam's Town venue. Yeah, there it is right on your screen. The Sin City Bagger Showdown brought to you by Lifestyle Cycles, and this thing is going to be epic. I'm not just talking about the race. We've got parties going before and after. This is one you guys want to be at in person. So, like we said, seeing those classes on screen right there, Liquid Twins, Air-Cooled Twins, Super Street, Pro Stock, and Bagger GP, all going to be lining up and doing battle out in Sin City. You don't want to miss that out late September. Go ahead and start making those plans as well. Scan that QR code on your screen to learn a little bit more about it, and go ahead and start making your plans to be there later this year. As we continue to hang out here at Fan Hill, like we said, taking care of that downed rider and some track track maintenance as well. I guess best way to put it, track cleanup, if you will. Don't want any debris out there causing issues for other riders. But man, that finale, we've talked about it. It's all going to come down to this. A lot of excitement being there in Las Vegas, and without a doubt, the best way to close out the 2025 season. All right, guys. Well, we are going to go into a bit of a holding pattern for the moment. They are still cleaning up and tending to the racetrack and that rider. Want to make sure they have all the time that they need for that. So we're going to go on hold for just a little bit here on Racer TV. We'll still stay live, but we'll jump back on and let you guys know exactly what's going on once we get things cleaned up. All right, this is the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Memphis Shades. All right, everybody, hello. Welcome back here to the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers. Still doing a little bit of track cleanup, but got a cool feature with one of our friends, Justin McGinnis from Alloy Art, who is a huge part of the Bagger Racing League and arguably one of the top teams that we have in the pits. Let's hear from him.
What's up, guys? We're here with Justin McGinnis from Team Alloy Art. There's a big thing that Alloy Art did this race. They added a third bike to their lineup. They now have a Barnett Pan America. Justin, I know you guys were right there at the finish line to get this bike done, along with the craziness of Born Free in California. Talk to me about what it took to get this bike done and all the late nights.
Oh, man, you know, this bike actually came on a pallet, disassembled, laid over, saran wrapped. Everything was off of it, man. So we had our work cut out for us. Luckily, we already have a platform from the first one, so it did make it a lot easier. You know, the biggest thing we did was we took the swing arm off. We had a hole cut through. We had Burns exhaust. Shout out to them, man. They did a killer job constructing a pipe that goes up through the swing arm. Really badass. It looks sweet and actually performs really well. So, you know, we were at the wire, man. Every day it was crunch, crunch, crunch. But like I said, we had the platform, so we already had a blueprint laid out, and we just kind of followed that. And they're almost identical bikes, but it came together. We were fortunate, man. Especially with Born Free coming up, we were able to actually debut it there at Born Free, so it all worked out, man, and here we are. So
I know with the third bike adding to your phenomenal bikes you already have, that brings a lot more work on your guys' side. You guys prepared for that?
Yeah, man, we actually prepared for it. Our rider, Vincent, he actually brought along a good friend of his, a fellow racer from up in Canada, who was actually helping out with, you know, the things like small tires and, you know, tire warmers and gas and all that stuff that actually really helps free me up to do whatever I need to do that might be a larger task, you know. So we're making it happen, you know. We're not new to this, and we've been here, but adding a third bike, you got two, what's one more? You know what I mean? So let's do it.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing you guys go around the track, man. You got anybody you need to thank?
You know what? Actually, I want to send a shout out to my two little buddies, man, Killian and Christian at home, man. They couldn't make it, but shout out to you kids, man. We're doing this for you guys.
We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, great stuff there from the Alloy Art pits, and like you said, not new to this, but certainly enjoying the challenges that come with adding more machines out there to the grid as well. As it looks like we've got race 2 I don't want to speculate here. I believe this is the sight lap. So I think we'll catch the green flag here on this one as we get ready for our Drag Specialties Unlimited Superbike and Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited class. If you remember back to yesterday, it was the 727 of Justin Robeson on that Robinson Construction Services Century Power Sports Yamaha R1 that handled business. There's no other way to put it. This guy was blazing fast, dropping into the low 130s, and got that start and pretty much was gone. So we'll see what he's able to do. Had some great battles with the 96 of Travis Wurz on that Wurz Financial Speed Farmed back Kawasaki ZX-10R. Him and Rob Oliva on that LM2 Racing Ducati. They went back and forth a couple of times. Ryan Kramer on the DV8 Yamaha as well out there with a solid run. And they can't forget about the 48 of Vincent Wilson on that Alloyard back ride Pan American, all out of that Drag Specialties Unlimited Superbike class. And then we hop over to the Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited. Tony Tucker on that Tucker Speedback Harley Davidson ride. Tony Bangma back out there as well on that Bronas Furniture Buell B12. And then can't forget about, Emilio Jimenez was in a raging battle with Kurt Wilbur yesterday. They're both looking to go back at it again as well. Carl Schlacht on that HHI Speed Farm back ride as well. So some variety in our bike sizes and classifications out here on track at the same time, but laser focus under the helmets. You see the riders getting set on grid. Watch the bright yellow number 8 of Carl Schlacht lightning off of the grid normally. Try to make some quick moves in this one. Looks like we've got the Unlimited Superbike lined up on the front half of the grid. Let's see, final few riders take their position, and we get ready for race number 2. Visors going down. Engines are revved up. Here we go. Green flag off and rolling. Called it a good start there from Carl Schlacht as they go barreling into turn number 1. I believe this is the class I saw some actual bar banging yesterday, some contact headed into turn 1. A lot of machines out on course, all bunched up to these quick chicanes in turns 1 and 2. They're going to open the throttles up here, headed down into turn 3. Bit of a blind reveal here on this one, and I believe that's going to be the 96 of Travis Wurz out front leading the way. If I remember correctly, it was him on that green machine. And then we'll start to keep our eyes on the lookout for the 727 of Justin Robson. Don't believe he was leading the first half of lap 1 yesterday either. So going to have to make a couple of moves forward. You see Tony Tucker there in the center of your screen. You got those bright blue fluorescent color scheme rides. That Speed Farm, they look like a full factory effort out there. As it looks like that might have been Robeson in the number 2 spot. There we see Tony Tucker. Racer, turned announcer, turned back racer. And been working through some gremlins here in 2025, but just a great overall ambassador for the sport. We heard from him yesterday. He's going to be part of that bike build coming up later this year. And look at this, problems for one of the machines. It looks like that might be the 96 of Wurz. Looked like some smoke coming out of that ride as he was headed down the backstretch. As they come to put a first lap in the books, it is Travis Wurz leading the way. Justin Robeson just behind him, 2/10 slower on that last lap. Rob Oliva going to funnel into the number 3 ride on the 145 LM2 tag machine. Looks like that's Ryan Kramer in the 4th place spot, with Nicholas Bjornstad rounding out your top 5. Tony Bangman now checks in the 6th place spot just in front of Tony Tucker. Meanwhile, a pass for the lead here as Justin Robeson, beautiful job, tucks underneath Wurz and steals that number 1 ride right as they start to make their way around Fan Hill. So any 727 fans going to like the sight of that one, and Rob Oliva trying to carry that momentum past Wurz as well, as he does not want to let Justin Robeson get away. Started to put a lot of time between himself and the rest of the field yesterday. We look towards the back end of the top 10. It was Bangma in the 6th place spot, Tony Tucker in 7th, Tyler Elliott, Craig Braymiller, and Kurt Wilbur rounding out your top 10. Carl Schlacht back there in the 11th place position just in front of Vincent Wilson, Emilio Jimenez, and Holger Kosling, your top 14. Joe Beavers and Brian Shields now check in, rounding out the field as we continue to watch this battle on screen. Oh, and that was a rider down. Wait a second, what happened? I was looking at timing and scoring. I might have missed that one. We talked about how hard these riders are pushing coming into these corners. A little bit warmer today. Not sure if that's going to play a huge role. Is that Wurz? I believe it might be. And is that the same spot that our last rider went down at? So something about that section of track giving issue is here come your riders checking in. No sign of Justin Wurz. So I believe that was who we saw down. The 96 of Travis Wurz, excuse me. So Justin Robeson leads the way. Rob Alva in second. Ryan Kramer now moves into the number 3 ride. All out of your Drag Specialties Unlimited Superbike class. Taking a look back to our Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited. Let's see who we've got leading the way in that one. Possibly Tony Tucker. As the 477 looking at a solid ride here as we flip back to our Wild Boar Audio live drone. Great shot of turns 7, 8, and 9. Now we flip back over to Fan Hill. This is headed into turn 5. 3 riders. Look at that. That is some close riding here. Line selection absolutely crucial. That one rider fades a little bit wide early. Now going to try to tuck back underneath. Not able to do it. And we've got a battle of the machines as well. It looks like the bagger battling with superbikes. Robeson, Oliva, Kramer, Bjornstad, and Shields, your top 5 as we watch this 3-rider battle on screen. Great fight here. Let's see who that is on the bagger. Possibly Bray Miller, maybe? Oh, look at this. Now the superbikes are going at it as well. This is great. Look at the power from that bagger ride. So it looks like maybe Wilson, Wilbur, and can't quite make out those numbers as they come across the line. Maybe that's Beavers, Kosling, and Wurz. Check back in with timing and scoring here. Justin Robeson, Rob Oliva, and Ryan Kramer. Ryan Shields with some crazy stuff going on here. He checked in with a 52nd ride. We see a yellow flag waving. Did not see a rider down. There we see the 171 of Bjornstad with Tony Bangman just behind him. This is a fight for the backside of the top 5. We take the halfway point. So Bjornstad holding strong at the moment, but Tony Bangman feeling comfortable and feeling a couple of hundredths faster, not tenths, hundredths. That's what it's coming down to. Here inside the top 5 is Robeson. Continues to lead the way. Oliva in the number 2 ride. Kramer in 3. Bjornstad and Bangma continue to do battle for the 4th and 5th place spot. Bit of a yo-yo back and forth right now as we lock in this. Two close rides right here as the battle, I believe for 2nd place there. Rob Oliva and Ryan Kramer going at it right there on screen. And then the battle for 4th and 5th just behind them. all the while 7.5 seconds up ahead. Justin Robeson continues to pull away with a 1:38.1 on that last lap. Oh, look at this battle for second place. Kramer looked like he had a bit of a drive going. Oliver shut it down. Meanwhile, here comes Bjornstad and Bangma. Is that a quick glance back from Oliver? Rob helping with our new rider race school, helping certify and qualify all of our athletes to safely compete out on course as they head back into turns 1 and 2. Really opening those machines up. Look at that. Stretches it back out. Does Rob Oliva. Looks like Kramer may be able to push just a bit further in those corners. Tucked back away, headed back down into turns 4 and 5. The fans on Fan Hill getting quite the show here for the top 5. Battles for every position except the number 1 spot. That is all Justin Robeson for the moment. Looked like Bjornstad actually kind of checked up just a bit in the middle part of that corner. Bangma was right there. Battle for second and third, and then here is fourth and fifth. Believe we'll see the white flag the next time these riders come across the stripe. Look at this. Bangma is right there. Oh, is he going to be able to push it up the inside? Let's see. He's running a tight line. Not quite close enough. The door going to be closed back on Tony Bangma by Nicholas Bjornstad. Meanwhile, Rob Oliva and Ryan Kramer going at it for the second and third place spot. As they get ready to tuck things, and there it is. White flag one more time around. Robeson already has brought it out a 139.3 on that last lap, continuing to stay sub 140 here. We're going to stay locked on this battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Justin Robeson, Rob Oliva, Ryan Kramer, Nicholas Bjornstad, and Tony Bangma. Robeson going to feel like he's missing out on the party here all by his lonesome out front. Meanwhile, believe it is still Tony Tucker leading the way out of that Zipper Performance Products American Twins Unlimited. He's on that Tucker Speedback Harley Davidson. But Justin Robeson, the Robinson Construction Services, Century Power Sports Yamaha leads the way with less than half a lap remaining. Rob Oliva on that LM2 racing back ride, going to try to hang on for second place. Kramer, though, not giving up yet. The DV8 Racing Yamaha R1 not giving up. Bjornstad also on the Yamaha R6. And Tony Bangma. Oh, excuse me. So Bangma, I'm showing out of the Zippers American Twins Unlimited class. So Bangma is actually leading the way in his class. It looks like just battling on course. As no battles, no worries for this guy right here. The 727 double checkers, double wins for Justin Robeson, getting the job done here in our drag specialty unlimited superbike class. Looks like Oliva would get the job done in second, Kramer third, Bjornstad and Bangma, your top 5. Tony Tucker just behind in the 6th place spot. There you see the 477. Tony Tucker making his way to the checkers. Solid run from Tony and that entire Tucker Speed crew. As we take a look now at our Alpine Stars top 10, it is Justin Robeson grabbing the win on that Yamaha R1. Rob Oliva takes the Ducati to a number 2 spot. Ryan Kramer on the Yamaha YZF R1. In the number 3 spot, Nicholas Bjornstad and Tony Bangma. Your top 5, Tony Tucker, Tyler Elliott, Craig Braymiller, Kurt Wilbur, and Emilio Jimenez round out your top 10 for your drag specialties Unlimited Superbike and Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited classes. All right, let's give you a look at how things broke down with our Alpine Stars Rapid Replay, and the name of the game here for this one was All Battles. We had some groupings up front, and then these guys started going at it, and I don't think they let up for 3/4 of the entire race. Bjornstad and Bangma were going wheel to wheel. Meanwhile, just in front of them, Ryan Kramer started to rope in Rob Oliva. Could get him close, but couldn't quite get the job done. These guys stayed about this close for maybe 3 to 4 laps. It seemed like they just couldn't quite break into the less than a bike length or so as the battles continued all the way down to the checkered flag. All the meanwhile, Justin Robeson was riding off into the sunset and grabbing his second win of the weekend here for round number 6. Fans up at Fan Hill definitely enjoyed that one, and we're going to enjoy some podium celebrations coming up here in just a moment. But first, a quick word from our sponsors. This is the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shapes. We'll be right back.
It is the day of the specialist. Experts in a class conscious of every nuance. Focus rules. Our specialty is wheels, and wheels only. We respectfully carry the wheelwright legacy into our eccentric world by improving the rides of motorcycles and riders globally. We are proud wheelwrights, nothing more. We are Ride Right. Simple, solid, boundless.
I'm Shane Narbone. I'm here with Trash Performance, 3-time Bagger GP champion, and I run Ultra Cool.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Alloy Art, Motion Pro, Bridgestone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Just Off the Coast of Lake Michigan. And once again, a special thank you to our friends over at Newcastle Harley-Davidson for bringing you this live broadcast on RacerTV.com. We're at Gingerman Raceway, one of the iconic stops on the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers circuit. We just wrapped up with race number 2, our Drag Specialties Unlimited Superbike and our Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited classes. As you can see, our riders getting things set up, taking the helmets off, throwing the hats on. Had some incredible rides out here in that last race. We want to thank each and every one of you for not only joining us in person, but watching on RacerTV.com as well. If you guys haven't already, make sure you're following us on social media as well, at Bagger Racing League on pretty much anything, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And go ahead and make sure you're following Racer TV as well. I want you guys to stay up to date on all things Bagger Racing League. Looks like that's Larry Mills down there with DP Brakes getting some shots. Probably see that one on Facebook later. Shout out to Larry and the entire DP crew. Not always just about getting us going. It's about getting us stopping as well. And it looks like no sense in stopping it now. Steve Edgar standing by at the podium.
We're here with the Drag Specialty Superbike Unlimited. Second place winner, Rob Oliva. Give us a rundown of today.
I tell you what, it was a much better start than yesterday, right? We got away with the lead group, and we had a nice battle going on between 3 of us. Unfortunately, we lost one of those riders in 10. He had a spill, kind of wrapped up second place pretty good right then. I had somebody behind me, but they were a good ways back. And, found out this morning we wrapped up the championship for this class. And this amazing organization, right, put on by Drag Specialties and Rob Bidos, Paula Fox, all these people here that providing us this great platform. And super talented riders like this guy who doesn't ever let me get a win when he's around. So super happy to learn something from him, following him around. And it was a great time, good race, and awesome organization.
Excellent. You got some sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, LM2, Solomon Cycle Solutions for keeping all of my fleet of bikes up and running right. Those guys take care of me. DP Brakes, Larry Mills, not only the great stopping power, this friendship doesn't stop. That guy's awesome. He's amazing. He's always been there for me. Bridgestone Tires, we got Rory here taking care of all kinds of fast guys in the paddock. I can't thank those guys enough, so thank you for having me.
Excellent. Good job. And we got lovely Paula Fox here with your trophy. And we're here with our first place winner, Mr. Robson. Talk to us about your track.
Oh, this track is so fast on a hot day like today, and I had a good start, and I followed one of the guys around for a lap or two, and he started smoking, and I was a little worried on where I was going to make a good pass, and once I did, I had clear track to just set some of my personal best lap times. That's kind of what I'm coming out here to do, being this is my only second time on this track, so yeah, it was a fun race to see what I could do.
How much sleep did you get last night?
Well, this time I actually got 8 hours of sleep versus the first day of 1. So I'll take 8, and I can still prove to make it up here on the podium even with 8 hours of sleep.
There we go. You got some sponsors you want to thank?
DP Brakes, they're super, man, they think those things stop. And Michelin Tires, and I want to thank my wife and kids for letting me come up here alone. Typically, they come with me on all the track days and everything. That's kind of our travel, to do these kind of things. But to have them not here is just a slight miss for me. And I can't wait for the next time they can come up here and we can all enjoy this together.
Excellent, man. Good work out there. We got Paula Fox here with your trophy.
All right, great stuff from down there at the podium, and impressive ride. Wait a second, do we have a late entry? All right.
He's a little late, but we have
we'll send it back down.
Yeah, that's what third place means.
He's a little late, but he's our third place winner, Mr. Kramer. Give us a rundown.
Bjorn said.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Last night we changed up from Michelin tires to Pirelli tires, and I switched into DB brake pads, actually, so it was a little bit more learning today. I wish I would have gone a little quicker in the infield, but still took third place.
There we go. You got any sponsors you want to thank?
Justin Robeson here for bringing me up here, and Rob Oliver for letting us know that this event was going on.
Excellent. We got Paula Fox here with your trophy.
Congrats to all 3 of those riders. Going to get the shot, the Insta banger, absolutely. As we get the podium set up for our next class. Hey, one of the huge members and kind of one of the faces of Bagger Racing League is our friends over at Frankie Dean Racing, and we were able to catch up with Frank from Frankie Dean Racing and talk to him a little bit about what their program's all about and what they're doing here at the Bagger Racing League.
What's up, guys? We're out here at Gingerman Raceway, the drag specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades, and I'm standing here right here with Frank from FDR Foundation and the Frankie Dean Racing Team. Frank, you guys came on hot last year with the racing team. You brought on multiple riders now. What's it like being out here at Gingerman Raceway?
It's wonderful. It's a great place to ride, and we're having a blast. The weather's perfect. The track's nice. The weather couldn't ask for anything better. It's a little toasty, but the bikes are running great. Josh has got things going really good, and the boys are ready to ride.
You know, we've had one of the team members have a couple rough get-offs the last couple races. Are you guys prepared to get on this track and give it hell?
We're ready. We're ready. We learn from our mistakes, and we know what we're going to do, and we're going to improve, and we're right here to battle, and we're ready for it.
It's nice to see you guys back out here. You guys always bring a beautiful show. Thank you very much for bringing the foundation and the race team.
Right on. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right, great stuff from Frank, and big shout out for that entire FDR Foundation, the entire Frankie Dean Racing crew. Man, good stuff, and for a good cause as well. So excited to have them on board with us once again here in 2025, as I believe we'll be getting things set up back down at the podium, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. All right, we got the bike standing by, and we've got our very own Steve Edgar standing by as well. And looks like maybe not quite yet. Hang on there a second, Zach. Got to get these bikes set up. Takes a second. Once again, here at Gingerman Raceway, we want to thank everybody for coming out in person. We talk about this all the time. Don't get me wrong. I love that you guys are here watching on racertv.com as well. But if you can, go on baggerracingleague.com, find out where we're going to be the rest of here in 2025 as well as next year as well, and start making some plans. Like we heard in that podium interview right there, once these riders find out about these events, they want to keep coming back to them. Well, let's hear what our next podium riders got to say. Let's send things back down to Steve.
We're here with the drag specialties lightweight superbike winner, Mr. Brian Shields. Give us a rundown on your track time.
Well, thank you. Basically, we were a little late in that class, in the lightweight class, so we pulled 2 firsts this weekend. It was fun out there racing with a couple of the ATU guys. This thing makes about 40 horsepower, so you got to really keep up your corner speed. So, real happy with the finishes and the way the bike was riding. Helped me learn the track for the bagger class next. So.
Excellent. You want to thank some sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my son Dylan, who is my main man, my pit man. Also like to thank Larry Mills from DP Brakes and Clutches. He's a fantastic part of the sport. He's out here every weekend with the BRL supporting us, and we really appreciate him. Also like to thank Hard Drive American V-Twin Products. They are a sponsor that came on about 5 years ago with me for the bagger, but they also helped me in the lightweight stuff as well, so I'd like to thank them. Also like to thank Rory with Bridgestone Tires. Last couple races, I've raced the Bridgestones for the first time, and Rory's here at the track giving support, and his crew as well. The Bridgestone Tires, for anybody that's looking to try them, they are absolutely 100% on point, so we're excited for that. And we'd also like to thank the BRL for putting this on. Thanks for having the sport bike guys as well as the baggers. Also all the corner workers and all the staff for BRL. So thank you to everybody that helps out, makes this happen.
Excellent. You did a great job out there, man. And here's Paula Fox with your first place trophy.
Thank you, Paula.
Fantastic stuff down there. And our Grand Marshallette, Miss Paula Fox, handing out all the hardware as well, taking care of the riders. Love to see it. Love the community that we have here at Gingerman Raceway and at the Bagger Racing League. All right, so things getting down to the nitty-gritty now as we get ready for arguably our main event of the afternoon. Race number 3, our Andrews Performance Products Bagger GP, our Pirelli Pro Stock, and our Barnett Clutches and Cables Super Street Bagger classes going to be coming up next. But first, we'll have our legendary grid walk where the fans get to get up close and personal, talk to their favorite riders, and we'll try to chat with all of our favorite riders as well here on racertv.com. Big shout out to Newcastle Harley-Davidson for making sure everybody at home gets to enjoy the BRL action as well, bringing you this live broadcast on Racer TV. All right, well, one of our riders that we talk a lot about is our friend Carl Schlack on that number 8 ride. We were able to catch up with him a little earlier this weekend.
My name's Carl Schlack, and when I'm not racing my bagger, I'm out riding a dirt bike. And this week, I was able to join the Fuel Ministries camp and work with over 75 kids and teach them some of the motocross skills that I learned over the years. I call it the attack position. Head forward, elbows up, in control. Before I started racing baggers, I was a motocross racer. From about 3 years old, I got a 4-wheeler, came up through the amateur ranks. Loretta Lynn's, I went there on the PW50 all the way up to the 450A Pro Sport class and continued into a Supercross and Pro Motocross career, which that was my dream. So I'm super blessed to continue to be able to ride and pass on what I've learned to the up-and-comers. Going from the dirt bike on the motocross track to a Harley on the road racing course, it's a lot different, but it's also a lot of the same. You got to carry your momentum, you got to have good corner entry and exit, and you got to have that race intensity. And that's what I think really transferred for me. Is I've been racing at the highest intensity I could possibly push my body to. And not that I want to get to that level anymore, but man, I sure love getting close to it.
All right, great stuff there from Carl Schlachten. Yeah, I wasn't sure which feature we were doing. Big shout out there to Carl. He's a longtime pro supercross and motocross racer, and been looking for ways to give back to the racing community. And that Fuel Camp, Fuel Motocross Camp there as well with Fuel Ministries, a really great organization as well. Well, hey, looks like we've got more things going down at the podium. Let's send it back down to Steve.
We're here with the Zippers Performance Products American Twins Unlimited third place winner, Mr. Elliott. Give us a rundown on your track time today.
I had a great time. Got a little better start today. Didn't have to fight through anybody. Nobody banging bars or trading paint like yesterday. Got out a bit and looking back, watching Craig try and catch up to me. He was getting closer, but kept pushing. Got some new tires from Bridgestone, and man, made a huge difference.
Excellent. Do you have some sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to thank my wife, daughter. My dad had quadruple bypass surgery a couple days ago. Thanks for watching, Dad. I know you're getting better. It's going to be a long recovery. Dusty Werner, Werner's House of Horsepower, Geezer Engineering, Twister City Harley-Davidson, Extreme Helmets, and ATB Powder Coat.
Excellent. We got Paula Fox here with your trophy.
Thank you so much.
Stay in the shape. And our second place trophy winner, Mr. Tony Tucker. Glad to see you up here working with all these issues. Give us some rundown on your track time.
Well, this ATU class has been a big headache for me this year. You know, we've had electrical issues in every race leading up to this round. I finally, and a lot of times I was running out front, so it just makes it super frustrating. But finally, we got the bike running good. Everything seems to be working. Get up here on the podium. It feels really good.
Congratulations, man. You got some sponsors you want to thank?
Most definitely. Obviously, Tucker Speed, the biggest funding program. But obviously, Law Tigers, GP Suspension, Pirelli Tires, Alloy R, Ultra Cool, Behringer Brakes, all these guys, some of the best in the business that keep me going fast.
Well, you look good out there, and Paula is here with your trophy, my friend. And our first place trophy winner, Mr. Tony Bangma. Tony, give us a rundown of today.
Yeah, just out turning laps like we talked about yesterday. It's my home track, so we're just out there trying to have a good time.
Well, you always look good out there, man. You have some sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, Brony's Furniture, EBC Brakes, Michelin Tires, Rhino Power Sports Supplements, and yeah, I think that's it.
Right on. Well, here's Paula Fox with your trophy, my friend.
All right, great stuff there from Tony Bangma, and that entire podium group is excited to celebrate with them. And once again, shout out to our friend Steve Edgar there from Speed King Cycle, getting us the scoop there at the track. As the fans all hanging out, we're getting ready to get Grid Walk underway. But first, let's get a quick word from our sponsors. This is the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades. We'll be right back.
Harley M8 racers win with Burns Stainless. Their no-holds-barred exhaust systems are built for one thing, power. With smooth inlets and stepped pipes engineered to keep exhaust velocity high, they squeeze every ounce of torque out of your motor. Their iconic 2-into-1 collector feeds into a reverse cone megaphone for that signature growl and performance edge. Drag strip or road course, Burns Stainless delivers. Get yours at burnsstainless.com.
Trans Performance is a leader in high-performance aftermarket parts for Harley-Davidson motorcycles. World-renowned for industry-first bolt-on turbo systems and cutting-edge motorcycle components, all made right here in the USA. Assault the street and the track with confidence. Performance-minded, performance-driven. Trask.
Lifestyle Cycles Online Megastore has everything you're looking for. A complete online catalog of Harley parts and accessories to customize your ride. Smooth out your ride with a new Saddlemen seat. They're not called road sofas for nothing. Improve your look with a Clockworks Flare windscreen. Fits for all makes and models. Add a new helmet to your collection with our closeout sale on selected Simpson, Senna, and Bell helmets. And improve your Harley's performance with top-of-the-line aftermarket engine upgrades and parts from Fueling and S&S Cycles. Simple to use and easy to order from. Order today and receive free shipping on orders over $50. Lifestyle Cycles Online Megastore has everything you're looking for.
The Sin City Bagger Showdown roars into Las Vegas September 18th through the 20th at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. For the first time ever, Lifestyle Cycles, Bagger Racing League, and Apex Assassins have come together to bring the party that is the Bagger Racing finale to the fans in the entertainment capital of the world. With world-class racing, scenic desert rides, a massive vendor village, and legendary after-parties at Sam's Town Hotel and Casino, this is an event unlike any other. You must experience the thunder of full-size baggers on a road course, fighting bar to bar for the series championship. Get your tickets and reservations early at SinCityBaggerShowdown.com. Lifestyle Cycles Sin City Bagger Showdown. Feel the thunder.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Drag Specialties, Memphis Shades, Rock Speed FX. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gingerman Raceway as we continue round 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades. Special thank you to Newcastle Harley-Davidson for bringing you this live broadcast on RacerTV.com. Well, as you can see, we've got our machines making their way out onto grid. And that means we're just about ready for one of my favorite parts of the day. We talked about the attraction of going to a BRL event live in person. This is why. You guys actually get an opportunity to get out on the grid, get up close to these machines, get a little high five, maybe an autograph or a photo with your favorite racer, talk to them a little bit, and kind of just get closer than you can really in any other sport, even motocross and supercross. You know, those pits are usually pretty seriously blocked off, fans not allowed out onto the track. Not here at BRL. We want you to come out. We want you to experience. Check these machines out as well. Like we talk about getting new athletes into the BRL, a huge part of the program as well. So I saw a lot of bikes backed up over there. I saw on the backside they were parked. They're hanging out. They're watching. And let's get ready to send things down to Steve Edgar.
We're down here and Cody Gilmore from Suburban Harley-Davidson. Cody, give us a rundown of how you feel today's going to go.
Man, I'm just hoping for a good day, good start again, and yeah, get out there and see if I can throw down some good, smooth laps, and hopefully, you know, that the I don't know what I'm even saying right now, but maybe it's getting a little hot. But no, I'm just hoping for a good, smooth race. And, you know, like Jake and them guys have been riding really good all weekend. I know Jake got his bike running a little bit better, so he's going to be running up there. And Tony's been ripping all weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be a good battle with us, and should be a fun time. And hopefully the track stays nice and cool and keeps us cool because it's getting warm out here.
There we go. Yeah, this heat is sucking the life out of me.
yeah. It's and the leathers and everything, it gets a little warm, but hey, better than the rain and better than the snow, so I'm not complaining.
There we go, man. Well, I look forward to you guys going out there.
Appreciate it.
Let's come over here with Mr. Tony Tucker from Tucker Speed. I like how you're cooling down. This is the way. Let me know when you got some for me.
I got an extra ice bag if you need it, man.
I love it.
Yeah, just trying to get cool. I mean, obviously we just came off the podium from the ATU race, and I was pretty gassed out there, and I was concerned this morning. Like, it's hot, it's humid out here. If I go out in the ATU race, am I gonna, like, you know, use all my energy, all, you know, everything I got? I mean, hopefully I got enough gas left in the tank to get through this next race and maybe bring home another podium.
You got it, man. I believe in you for sure.
Right on. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you look good out there.
Thank you.
Let's move on over here to Tony Salima. Tony, where you at? Tony, there you are. Let's get Tony Salima over here from the team FDR. Tony, how you looking out there, buddy?
Oh, great, man. We're gonna go out there and give it some. Excuse us. So yeah, we're sitting in the front row. We're gonna get out there, try to get a good start. I'm going to try to get out there in front of Tony, but it's going to be a good race. We got a lot of guys. Everybody's real close, and it's going to be some good racing today, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. How you doing with this humidity?
Oh, man, it's hot. It's wet, and but I feel like once we get going, we're going to be great. So let's get it going.
Well, as always, man, I'm excited to see you out there.
Thanks, man.
Let's move on over here to Mr. Clay Braun from Team FDR. Clay, Youngblood Clay out here. Clay, let's talk about it. How you been doing out there on the track?
Super good considering I got broke off in Nebraska, due to major bike changes. But, Josh put my bike back together, the wizard I call him. We had a good day yesterday. We woke up feeling super blessed, super grateful today for everything. Track conditions are good. I'm just a little sweaty in every place, but we're looking good. We're feeling good, and we're going to get after it right now.
I love it, man. Stay locked into the studio. You got this.
Hey, thank you.
Wiki, wiki, wiki. Let's move on over here to Mr. Jake Masters from Suburban Harley Davidson. The Thunder from Down Under, I hear they're calling you, sir.
I think so. That's my name now.
Yep, you're doing great out there, man. I love seeing you out here. What do you got for today?
Hot conditions, so just getting out there and getting a good start and putting it up against these other boys up the front. It should be good. I'm excited to get back out there. Hopefully I can follow Cody a little bit and make up some more time.
Yeah, well, I love watching you out there, man. You're doing a fantastic job.
Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, you take care. Be safe.
Thank you.
Let's see. Who are we missing over here? Mr. Elliott. Back-to-back races right here. You look a little sweaty. How's that treating you back-to-back like that?
Man, I'm too old to be doing this.
I wouldn't say that. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I got to get a little bit of wind. I was getting pretty gassed towards the end of that last race, and catch some wind and get out here and see if I can hang with these guys up here.
Yeah, you need to take from Tony Tucker one of those ice bags, man, and cool down a little bit.
Yeah, I've got it. Let's see if we can get a little breather in me first.
There we go. Don't forget that thing.
All right. I want to say thanks, Dustin Werner, Werner's House of Horsepower, Twister City, Harley Davidson. Happy birthday to my baby girl yesterday.
Right on, man. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
We'll move over here to Mr. Brandon Foley from Suburban Harley Davidson. Brandon, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, what's going on, Steve? Feeling good. It was definitely a lot cooler yesterday. We're up like 10 degrees today. It's a hot one today, so, just got to stay hydrated and hopefully push through the race and see what we can bring home.
Just keep imagining you're at that beach humidity.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, it's nice back in San Diego coming out here. The humidity was up there Thursday. So we rode practice. It was real hot. It was real humid. It is a little nicer today. So I think we should do all right.
Yeah, well, as always, you're looking great out there, man. You got anything you want to say?
No, I'm just, I'm real thankful with, Joe, Catherine, the whole team, friends, family, everyone back at home watching. Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Yeah. Keep it up, man.
Thank you, Steve.
Who do we got over here? Number 17. There we go. Mr. Shields. We were just talking up on the podium. You're going back-to-back as well.
Yes, sir. We're excited to be out here for the BRL Round 6 on the hard drive American V-Twin Products bike. Excited to be out here with all these great competitors. Thank you to BRL for putting this event on. Thank you to all the corner workers and the staff. Obviously, we couldn't be out here and do this without you guys. Thanks to my main guy, my son Dylan, for being my pit guy, and we're looking forward to some good competitive racing here today.
We'll grab some shade, cool down, and let's get after it.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
All right, Mr. McGuire over here. Oh, I like what you got here. You got to put an ice bag on the back of that. Really get some cool air going at you. That's a smart move. How you feeling with this heat?
Tired, worn out, but ready to get this one done.
You guys are champions going back-to-back like this, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough out here. It's, 90 degrees, humid as hell, but it's still a good time.
There we go. You got to love it to do this, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
We're going over here to Carl Schlatt. Where's he at? Carl Schlatt. All right. He's cooling off somewhere, but here's his beautiful bike. What's your name, boss?
Nick Solomon.
That's right. We're here with Nick Solomon right here. Nick, how you feeling today?
Feeling good. It is warm. Everybody's talking about it. I'm excited. I'm hoping Jake is wore out. He said he's a little tired. So these 3 bikes right here is going to be the one to watch. It's going to be a strong battle. And to my guys over here, got the bike all ready. I think it's going to be a good showing, and want to give a shout out to my wife at home. She's my biggest fan.
Well, as long as she's your biggest fan, that's the best wife you could have, right?
Yep, for sure. She's probably working so that I can be out here doing this, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a keeper.
Yeah, there you go, man. Well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
Let's move on over here to number 41. How you doing, boss? What is your name? Where are you from?
Mike Corey. I'm Mike Corey from North Carolina.
North Carolina. So you're used to this humidity then?
Yeah, the humidity is nothing. That's not a problem. The heat's just hot.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a little bit of both for us out here.
Yeah, I bet it's something new for you guys.
Definitely new for us. Well, how you feeling on the track out there?
Track feels good. You know, today is definitely hotter. Yesterday was nice and cool. Just going to try to stay consistent and calm and just try to follow these three guys in front of me and maybe get a hole shot on them and get in front of them. Right, Nick?
There we go. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out to my wife and daughters, Megan, Hannah, Paige. Hi, girls. I hope you're watching. Love you. I'm going to try to bring home a podium today.
There we go. Get after it, my man.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's move over here to DP Brakes 27. What is your name and where are you from?
Sean Hoffman from Grafton, Wisconsin.
Grafton, Wisconsin. That's not too far from here, right?
About 5 hours.
Oh, there we go. How you feeling out there on the track?
Feeling pretty good. Made a lot of changes after practice, so we're going to test those out right now and see what happens.
That's the only way to make those tests, huh? Change them and then test them during the race.
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. Well, good luck out there. Take care.
Thank you very much.
All right. We got the back row back here. Joey B, number 10. Joey, talk to us.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Where are you from?
From Fort Atkins, Wisconsin.
Excellent. How do you like the track out there?
Track's feeling great today. It's warm out. The tires are really sticky. Last race, it felt good. So see what today gets. See where the heat comes out, and make sure the bike's running. Yesterday we had a transmission issue. This morning we went out right away, tossed the chain. So here we are. Let's practice in the race, I guess you say.
There you go, man. Get after it. Good job.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that helped me out. Nowaski, Austin V-Twin, wife and daughter, dogs, everything that keeps me going. Yeah.
Good job, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
And we're here with Tony Tucker's rider. Tony, what's your name, boss?
I'm Jason Owens.
Jason Owens. So what number are you at?
736.
736. There we go. Give us a rundown of the track out there for you.
The track was good, man. Yesterday, I was trying to pick up a little bit of time, and then I think the last lap, me and 51, we got into it, and I went down. So this morning was a little bit of an adjustment, trying to get mental focus back and get back in the game. So I'm just going to go out there and run my race, man, and hopefully finish.
Well, that's all you can really do after something like that is just run your own race, right?
That's right, baby.
Yeah, I love it, man. Good luck out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
And our last rider out here, number 88. What's your name and where are you from?
Matt Denoyer, Lake Orion, Michigan.
Now, you just got your license this weekend, am I correct?
Correct, absolutely.
So you did some classes on Thursday, Friday?
Yep, did some classes with Rob. LM2, absolutely phenomenal guy. Tons of track experience and tons of information that he can pass to you. So if you got any hesitations about getting out here, Rob's always out here. He runs these courses, and he's a great guy to follow in.
And for your first time out here on the track, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. I'm 2 to 3 inches lower than everybody else. I still got the 19 front instead of the 17. I can't run sticky compounds. But I'm hanging off the bike, and I'm giving her hell.
What have you done to the bike to get it race ready?
As far as that goes, big shout out to Spartan Cycles, and they did me a huge solid. They went ahead and pulled me in 2 days before the race after I signed up, and went ahead and did a quick tune on it with the Lloyd's tune. Went ahead and did the S&S intake, and got me set up to break that horrible 110 governed mile per hour. So huge shout out to them. Appreciate all you guys' work. Mac, you're an awesome tech. Appreciate you, brother.
Well, it's all just a start, right? You just put the down payment on the rest of the racing.
Well, so as it goes right now, is if I'd like somebody to see me doing well. I'm 1.5 seconds off the Tucker 736 over there. I would like to stay on an Indian. I really would. But the reality of it is, there is no aftermarket for as far as cheap components go, right? You got Kyle from Forever Rad. He's got some awesome things. Whole bunch of other companies that I'm just blanking on right now. But, yeah, there's aftermarket for it if you want it for the street. But, if you're trying to take it to a strip and race a $100,000 bike, then, you might as well go go big, right? As far as insurance and everything else goes forward, I bought track insurance for the weekend. Things are working out great. Hopefully I don't have to use it. And if I do, then I'll have a totaled Indian to build. But
there you go.
Until then, I'm going to need some help if somebody wants to keep me on an Indian, and I would absolutely love to chase down some HDs.
There we go. Well, appreciate you coming out here, man. Looking forward to watching your race.
Right on. Thank you much. Huge shout out to the wife and kids watching me at home. Turbo Ted's. I volunteered this morning to be my first sponsor, so working on getting out there and making it real.
Excellent. And all right. Well, thank you very much. And Zach, we're heading right back at you.
All right. Thanks so much, Steve. Great to catch up with all of those riders. We're just about ready to throw the final green flag of the weekend. But first, we got to get a quick word from our sponsors. This is the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades. We'll be right back.
It is the day of the specialist. Experts in a class conscious of every nuance, focus rules. Our specialty is wheels, and wheels only. We respectfully carry the wheelwright legacy into our eccentric world by improving the rides of motorcycles and riders globally. We are proud wheelwrights, nothing more. We are Ride Right. Simple, solid, boundless.
I'm Shane Narbone. I'm here with Trash Performance, three-time Bagger GP champion, and I run Ultra Cool.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Alloy Art, Motion Pro, Bridgestone. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to round number 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades. We're just off the coast of Lake Michigan at Gingerman Raceway for rounds 5 and 6, and we are just about ready for the final green flag of the day. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the finale here in 2025. I'm talking about the Las Vegas finale coming up September 18th, 19th, and 20th. You guys do not want to miss this. This is one you want to be there at in person. The Sin City Bagger Showdown, brought to you by Lifestyle Cycles, is going to be an epic all-out burner. For the finale of the 2025 season, our Liquid Twins, Air-Cooled Twins, Super Street Bagger, Pro Stock Bagger, and Bagger GP classes will all come down to the wire in Las Vegas for a live showdown for the championship here in 2025. You guys don't want to miss it. And I'm not just talking about the racing. We've got vendors that are going to be set up. We'll have apparel for sale. Excuse me. We're going to have a pool party, from what I understand, going on as well. It is going to be one you don't want to miss. Scan that QR code on your screen to find out more information, and go ahead and start booking your plans now. This thing's going to fill up fast. We want everybody that wants to be there to be able to enjoy a great time. So once again, don't miss out on that September 18th through the 20th, the Lifestyle Cycles BRL Sin City Bagger Showdown. You don't want to miss it. All right, well, we're going to jump back to commercials for 1 minute, and when we come back, we will be tossing the final green flag of the weekend for the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers.
Make your mark with Memphis Shades, designed by riders, for riders, and handcrafted in the heart of Tennessee. From raw materials to the open road, our windshields and fairings deliver the quality, protection, and comfort every rider deserves. Whether it's cross-country or weekend rides, Memphis Shades lets you ride longer, look better, and enjoy every mile. Visit memphisshades.com/BRL to check out our full lineup and upgrade your ride today. Memphis Shades, style that works.
Welcome to Hog Halters. We're here in Dahlonega, Georgia, manufacturer of American V-Twin performance motorcycle parts. Been in business 25 years, got a 25,000 square foot facility. We pride ourselves in design and manufacture right here, made in USA. We're your one-stop shop for customization and performance builds. You can find us on the web, www.hoghalters.com. Lots of our parts are distributed by Drag Specialties and dealers nationwide, and we're distributed worldwide. Hog Halters, we're proud to be a partner with the Bagger Racing League.
Hey, it's Cody Gilmore out of 2024 Bagger Racing League Pro Stock Champion. So I want to thank Ultra Cool for keeping our bikes cool and running awesome all year.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Drag Specialties, Memphis Shades, Rock Speed FX. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Gingerman Raceway for the final race of the afternoon, the final race of the weekend. Here for round 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers. We tune directly into our Wild Boar Audio live drone on the warm-up lap for our Barnett Super Street Bagger, our Andrews Bagger GP, and our Pirelli Pro Stock classes. Let's give you a look at some of the favorites we're going to be expecting to see here in this one. Of course, 374 of Cody Gilmore. He's on that Suburban Motor Harley Davidson Bridgestone-backed ride. He was your winner in that Andrews Performance Products Bagger GP class yesterday. He's got the number 11 of Drew Jankert on the Alloy Art Harley Davidson Road Glide, trying to take him down here today for round 6. We move over to our Pirelli Pro Stock class. That is where we have very much seen the life of the number 9 of Jake Masters, the Suburban Motor Harley Davidson Sly Fox backed rider, has been incredible in 2025 and is trying to continue that momentum today. We take a quick look at our Bridgestone track map. 11 turns here on this 2.14 mile long raceway here in Michigan. Like we touched on, the same designer that we had for our track out in Nebraska. So maybe a little bit of a familiar feel, especially late in the weekend for this one. But the riders not only out here, you see at the bottom of your screen, 10A and 10B, they are going the longer route. So the full 2.14 miles, turn 3 up there towards the top, a bit of a blind turn as well. And we saw several crashes there in that turn 10 area. To my understanding, I'm getting told that that is a downhill corner. A lot of speed coming into that one, very easy to push the front end. So we'll watch out on that one. Jumping back into our Pirelli Pro Stock riders, can't forget about the 951 of Youngblood, Clay Braun. He's on that FDR Frankie Dean Racing Youngblood Collective back road glide, as is Tony Salima on the number 12. We saw those riders doing battle yesterday. We'll see what they're capable of doing here today as well. Can't forget about the 477 of Tony Tucker on that Tucker Speed backed Harley Davidson up there towards the front as well. Tyler Elliott, Kurt Wilbur, Brian Shields all lined up in the mix as well. We jump over to our Barnett Clutches and Cables Super Street Bagger class. Brendan Foley on the Suburban Motor Harley Davidson back ride, trying to keep the undefeated streak alive, not only for himself, for his machine as well. Here we go, the final green flag of the weekend. We're off and rolling. The riders already jockeying for position, headed into turn number 1. Look at how close it is. Oh, a little bit of contact there maybe, as one rider starting to get the shakes. Drops back a couple of spots as they head into turn 2. So we'll wait for our riders to kind of funnel into position. They're really going to open things up headed into turn 3 here. You can see a bit of a dip, and it looks like that is Cody Gilmore out front leading the way. Looks like that might already be Jake Masters sliding into the number 2 spot on that number 9 ride. jump back on board with our Wild Boar Audio live drone, making their way around Fan Hill, headed back into turns 5 and 6. Starting to see some space open up inside that top 3. 8 laps here in this final race of the day. Once again, our Andrews Performance Products Bagger GP, our Pirelli Pro Stock, and our Barnett Clutches and Cables Super Street Bagger class all out on course. Looks like that is Tony Tucker hanging on to the final podium spot for now. Possibly Tony Salima just behind him. Couldn't quite make out who that rider was. Guess we'll have to wait for them to come across the stripe here for lap 1. Once again, our live coverage here on Racer TV brought to you by our friends at Newcastle Harley-Davidson. A big thank you to all of them for letting us share the BRL racing action with fans all over the country and across the world, as well as we watch Cody Gilmore pushing the envelope and pushing his way towards a first lap complete. Looks like that might be Salima, followed by Braun, maybe. Couldn't quite tell. Had a nice little group there as Cody Gilmore does now check in a 1:39.7 on that opening lap. Ooh, possibly problems there for Carl Slack. He's getting shuffled back a bit. Jake Masters in the number 2 ride. Tony Tucker checks in the number 3 spot. It is Clay Braun, not Tony Salima, who is in the 4th place ride. Tony Salima back there in 5th. Brendan Foley 6th. Tyler Elliott, Jake McGuire, Nick Solomon, and Craig Braymill. Your top 10 with 1 lap complete. We're going to stick with this one. Clay Braun really been fighting hard to try to get into the fight here. He's got a lot to prove, recovering from injury for most of the 2024 season, and has actually found himself on the ground most of 2025, picking up some minor injuries along the way with that as well. Can't say this guy is not tough as nails, and you can't say that he doesn't want it as well. But always a very good interview. Got a very likable, high-energy type personality, but man, he is as real as it gets when he throws that helmet on. He is fast, and he wants to stand on the top step of the podium. As we watch them weave their way back through 8 and 9, getting ready to head back into that turn 10B. You can see just towards the bottom of the screen, that is the abbreviated corner, not here at BRL, no abbreviation about it. We're going all the way around 10B. Saw a couple of riders having some issues in that corner throughout the race as well. So we'll see as things wear down, as the tires heat up, the riders start to get a bit fatigued. That is a spot we'll watch for mistakes as Gilmore checks in another lap for 136 now on that last one. Masters crosses the line in the number 2 ride, Tony Tucker. And Clay Braun still your top 4 with Tony Salima rounding out the top 5. All the fans on the fence for this one, they know the main event of the afternoon is on the track. Look at how hard these riders are pushing, headed into turn 2. Looks like that is just behind. So maybe Tony Salima and Brendan Foley we're watching. Looks like Tyler Elliott right there as well. So these riders pretty close, 5th, 6th, and 7th. McGuire, Stallman, and Braymiller pretty close as well. We're trying to get you guys a little more information as to who we're watching on screen right now. Taking a look at live time and the scoring, we've got several riders very close together on the track. Kind of see grouped in bunches of 2s, as this is Tony Tucker being chased by Clay Braun. Then it looks like Tony Salima and Brendan Foley going at it, followed by Tyler Elliott and Jake McGuire, then Nick Solomon and Craig Braymiller. So we've got a few couples, if you will. Look at that, 2, 2, and 2 making their way around turn 10. So space between the groups, but man, the riders all caught in fierce battle. Looks like Tucker able to put a little bit of speed there on the top end, headed into that final corner final corner 11. Put another lap in the books. Look at this, going for the lead. Oh, tries to thread the needle. Not quite close enough. Ooh, that was pushing the envelope hard. I believe that was Tony Salima and Tyler Elliott maybe going at it. That was some impressive riding right there, really trying to thread the needle. McGuire, Solomon, and Braymiller still look like they are wheel to wheel as well. down into turn 3 we go once again. The fans on Fan Hill all watching with anticipation. Gilmore out front now by 5.9 seconds. Almost, we'll basically just call it 6. Masters comfortably in the number 2 ride. Tony Tucker, though, no room to breathe whatsoever as Clay Braun is putting the pressure on. Meanwhile, watching on your screen, a bit of the door left open, headed into turn 8 and 9. Starting to bunch up a bit, going to be a 3-rider battle before you know it. That is maybe Elliott, McGuire, and Salmon. And what was two-rider groups is now turning into a big party of 4. Get ready to make their way back once again. There you see Brendan Foley on that number 29 Suburban Motors Harley-Davidson back ride. Once again, peeking to the inside, heading into turn 11, and he's got it this time. Had the gap, and look at that, not going to just lose one. That's a BOGO. Take the halfway flags. So that is McGuire, Salmon, Elliott, and Braymiller now. The backside of your top 10 locked into fierce battle. And Jake McGuire now leads the group. McGuire, a little look back on the shoulder. Possibly Elliott or Salmon making a pass as well. Maybe that was Braymiller, actually. Head into turn 3. Line in formation. Carrying a lot of speed here through 5 and 6. You're going to be headed back into turn 7. Just beside Fan Hill. All of the Michigan fans hanging out with us, enjoying an incredible weekend of racing here for rounds 5 and 6 of the 2025 BRL racing season. Cody Gilmore, Jake Masters 1 and 2 right now, actually 1 and 1 if you will. Masters out of that Pirelli Pro Stock class leading the way, while Cody Gilmore hanging on to the lead in our Andrews Bagger GP class. Tony Tucker under incredible pressure. Let's see if we can flash up to that battle here in just a second. These guys still going at it here. McGuire, Salmon, Elliott, and Braymiller. I mean, it's hard to turn away from this. Look it over. This is a full-on battle. Look at this. Once again, it's a drag race headed to the line. Pass and pass back. Salmon now makes the move into the 7th place spot. This is how deep the field is, folks. We're battling for 7th position like it's for a win. Salmon, McGuire, Elliott, and Braymiller going at it. Looks like, oh, McGuire might have made the pass back now. Salmon maybe a little stronger on the big end here. Regains that spot, headed into turn 3. Up ahead, Tony Tucker and Clay Braun locked into a battle, as are Brendan Foley and Tony Salima. Great racing all over the track here. Making their way around turn 7. Got a steep entry and then wraps back around. Look at that, a beautiful move up the inside. Sets himself up perfectly for turn 9. That might have been McGuire making the pass back once again. Tucking back into turn 10. They lose elevation just a bit as they make their way around. So carrying a lot of speed. We've seen some front ends wash here, as it does look like McGuire regained that 7th place spot. Actually able to put a fair amount of distance as well. There goes Tony Tucker at the bottom of the screen. Did not see Clay Braun on his heels, so maybe they have separated just a bit. Meanwhile, Gilmore, Masters, Tucker, Braun, Foley, your top 5 with Salima, McGuire now back in the 7th place spot. Salmon, Elliott, and Bray Miller, your top 10. Look at this, 3 wide almost in turn 2. Oh my goodness, and now a complete flip-flop of that group. And as if 4 wasn't enough, let's make it 5 riders. Looks like that's possibly Bray Miller getting into the mix as well. Maybe a lap rider as well, hard to tell. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't tell if that's Tony Tucker or not. It looked like the blue machine. But I also think it might be, okay, getting word that is Jason Owens there. So that is not a rider on the lead lap, but obviously kind of throwing a wrench into the battle here. And going to hang that rider up. Oh man, that might be Bray Miller now getting caught behind him. Going to have to go way around and losing a ton of time on the rest of the field. Meanwhile, look at this. That was the battle between Tony Tucker and Clay Braun. White flag is out. Cody Gilmore, one more trip around, and he's going to grab a win in the Bagger GP class. Jake Masters trying to get her done in Pirelli Pro Stock, and I believe Brendan Foley looking to stay undefeated in that Barnett Super Street class. It's not over yet, though, folks. Anything can happen here on these final laps of racing, especially as close as some of these riders are. Here we go, white flag, as Cody Gilmore more than halfway around this Gingerman Raceway course. And there he is on screen, your leader. The Suburban Motors Harley Davidson back, Ryan Bridgestone powering. Cody Gilmore to another Bagger GP win. And just feeling the flow right now. Like he said last year, his debut year on a Bagger machine, and man, picked it up so quick, caught a lot of people off guard, a lot of the competition off guard by how impressive he was, and made some moves, got a championship, and jumped up to this premier class. And now he is trying to show why he is the man to beat. As here we go, checkered flags waving, and it will be Cody Gilmore grabbing the win. Jake Masters going to cross the line in the number 2 spot, grabbing the win in the Pirelli Pro Stock class. Looks like Tucker was able to do it and hang on to that 3rd place spot. So what a fantastic race. Brendan Foley, I believe, going to get the job done and keep the streak alive there out of your Barnett Super Street class. Fans all leaning on the fence, cheering for their favorite riders. Riders celebrating a successful weekend. Some riders still in the heat of battle here. Carl Schlack trying to hang on to, I believe, the 12th place spot. And Sean Hoffman trying to make some late race moves. Moving down to the nitty gritty. It's not over till it's over. 4-rider group. Well, door left open just a little bit. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Love to see it. As here they come into turn 11, final corner, checkered flag in sight. I believe that is Emilio Jimenez, Carl Schlack, Sean Hoffman, and possibly Mike Corey there with them as well. So a fantastic way to cap off the final race of the weekend. As we get ready to give you that Alpine Stars top 10 here from Gingerman Raceway. It is Cody Gilmore on that Suburban Motors Harley Davidson grabbing the win in your GP class. Jake Masters out of that Pirelli Pro Stock going to grab the win second physically on track. Tony Tucker, a great ride back on the podium physically and edging out Clay Braun. There in the number 4 spot, Brendan Foley, a solid ride, grabbing that Barnett Super Street win, and 5th place physically on track, Tony Salima, Jake McGuire, Nick Solomon, Craig Bray Miller, and Tyler Elliott. Your top 10 for the final race of the day. And now let's give you a highlight here as we take a look at our Alpine Stars Rapid Race replay here for the final race of the afternoon. It's hot, it's humid, it's sticky. The riders stuffing ice in their leathers, doing everything they can to try to stay cool, but visors came down, the green flag flew, and it was on right from the drop. Riders kind of breaking off into bunches. We saw a lot of small groups all the way through the top 15 here early in this one. Little groups of twos here and there, and then slowly but surely they started to morph into these big battles of 4+ riders at a time. I mean, this is, I believe, second and third, and then third and fourth right here. They were going at it for a couple of laps, and then that kind of started to catch up into this one big mid-pack group, if you will. Look at this, funneling up the inside. We had some grown man moves being made all throughout this course, and unfortunately, you shut a rider down like that. That loss of momentum cost him a couple of spots. Look at this, some bar banging back and forth, running out of real estate here through 1 and 2. Not willing to give it up, pushes him a little wide, says, hey, watch out now, I'm not scared of it. Slicing it back underneath. Man, this Gingerman Raceway course, one of my favorite stops for BR because we see these battles so often. Such a raceable course, and these riders making the most of what's available to them. Some lap riders late in this race started to play into the mix as well, but nobody could stop Cody Gilmore on that 374 machine from taking the win. Jake Masters funnels into the number 2 ride, and Brendan Foley is going to grab the win out of that Super Street class as well. So we'll get ready. Podium celebration is going to be coming up here. I believe we'll be chatting with our Andrews Bagger GP winner first. Hearing what Cody's got to say. Another day at the office for him. But first, we're going to get a word from our sponsors here for round 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Memphis Shades. Podium celebrations coming up right after this.
Bridgestone's reintroducing their Supermoto tires here in the United States and Canada. That's the BMO1 front and the RO2 rear. It's available in a 16.5 inch as well as a 17-inch configuration. The Racing Battle Axe is a non-DOT tire, and we definitely recommend tire warmer. Time's the only thing in life that money can't buy, but you can buy Bridgestones.
My name's Carl Schlacht, 2024 Bagger Racing League American Twins Unlimited Champion, and I run an Ultra Cool oil cooler and flow filter.
Live coverage of the Bagger Racing League is brought to you by Andrews Performance Products, Fuelie, Pirelli Tires. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gingerman Raceway for round 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers. We've just wrapped up our last race of the day, which means it's time to kick off the podium celebrations. Let's get ready to send things down to Steve Edgar standing by.
And we're here with the Andrews Products Bagger GP winner, Cody Gilmore. Cody, give us a rundown of your success today.
Yeah, man, I just got to a pretty good start, and I was they held that flag a long time, so I was kind of sleeping off there, and I don't think I was the first one off the line, but I was able to get into the first turn first and kind of just set my pace and ride to my own race, and I just was trying to buckle down and do some smooth fast laps and just have fun out there. So, you know, I saw Jake was back there, and about midway through I pulled a little lead on him, and I was able to kind of just ride my own race after that and be smooth and have fun. So, yeah, it was a good time out there. And, you know, the Bridgestone tires in the Bridgestone Suburban HD bike had me running good all weekend. So them tires are sticking to the track, you know, and yeah, it's been an awesome weekend. You know, we have a good crew back there. All of our mechanics have been helping us a ton. Yesterday, Jake's bike got tore down and got a bunch of work. So them guys were on it. So, man, thanks to the whole team, Catherine, Joe, Aaron, everyone at Suburban, you know, Drag Specialties, Legends. Man, I just got to thank my parents, you know, my girlfriend, SJ, just everyone for being out there. My boy, Frankie, back at Ride Therapy. He's been a lot of help. And, man, Drake Specialties for helping out BRL. And, man, we're on to Ohio and then on to Vegas for the finals. So it was a good weekend and looking forward to more.
Let's go, man. You have any more sponsors you want to thank?
No, I think I covered quite a few of them. I won't bore you with everything, but everyone that does help us out, Hayes, everyone, I'd have to get a list and remember everyone, but everyone they know that helps us out, we really do appreciate it, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be out here. These baggers aren't cheap to keep on the track, so thanks to them, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, we have Paula Fox here with your first place trophy, my friend.
All right, great stuff down there from the podium. Cody Gilmore doing a great job grabbing another win. Hey, like we talked about, it's not always about gaining speed. Sometimes it's about stopping power as well. We were able to catch up with Larry Mills from DP Brakes earlier this weekend.
We're out here, Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers, presented by Memphis Shades. Standing right next to me with Larry Mills from DP Brakes. Now, Larry, you've been a part of the Bagger Racing League since its inception. What's that been like, watching it grow and all these new teams out here and just backing all this stuff?
You know what? It's been an awesome thing for us. I mean, it's made our product grow immensely, and for us to be involved with Rob and that stuff and sponsoring most of these teams with brakes, and we also do clutches too, but as far as the series sponsor with the brakes, but you know, it's helped us as a company because we get the feedback from all these riders and teams, and we're able to bring that back to the UK, the factory, and I give them the information and they're able to make changes to it. But you know, we got a great product, but we're always trying to change things.
Yeah, I imagine you can't get better R&D than going around these racetracks at top speeds.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm here at every race, so I mean, I hear it from all the teams. And yeah, these they're heavy baggers, and they're fast, and they're going as fast as these super bikes. And you know, they need a lot of good braking. And it's not only the performance, but it's also, you know, the wear and all that stuff. So they last a long time too. So it's not, you're getting the performance, but you're also getting the great wear out of them too.
Well, we truly appreciate you, and we truly appreciate you coming out here and making the best brake pads money can buy.
Well, thanks, and appreciate Rob for putting this all on. And, you know, we got great sponsors involved in this, and, you know, they're all manufacturers. They're racing, too. It's not just they're watching the races. They're also involved in their racing. So, I mean, it's been great for everyone. Thank you.
We look forward to many more years with you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
To Larry Mills helping several of the Racer TV series that we cover here, GNCC as well. And couldn't do it without him. So a big shout out to Steve catching up with Larry Mills. And let's get ready to send things back down to the podium, where I believe Steve Edgar is going to be standing by with our next class.
We're here with the Pirelli Pro Stock third place winner, Clay Braun. Give us a rundown of the track time and how your start went.
The start was pretty hairy. Everyone had a good start, and we ended up bunched up into turn one. Had to figure it out. And just try to chase Tony as best as I could. He's consistent, Jake's consistent, and this class is killer. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for better dudes to ride with and honestly to push me. And I saw the crosses, and I just figured, hey, let's finish a race weekend for once and, you know, not push it, and we'll come back for Vegas.
Coming back from a large get-off in Hastings, man, you did a great job today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd like to thank, Frank Dean Racing, FDR Foundation, Speed Kings, Runlet for building me another weapon. Once again, I think this is like the third one this season. So, Pirelli, Tucker for the trackside support with those tires. And, Claiborne for always being on the gas. I can't thank everyone enough, and my family back at home. Love you guys.
And here's the lovely Paula Fox with your third-place trophy.
Bring it on. My trophy, girl.
And we're here with Tony Tucker, our second-place winner. Man, you've been giving it the business all weekend, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, the weekend started out pretty rough, but we're finishing it on a high note, and that all is attributed to my team over there. Every one of those guys and gals, they just stayed positive. They kept working. They kept grinding, kept working on the bike. They did a lot of work on me. My spirits were down, and, they got to work on me, and they got me back up and got me out on the track. So I just have to say thank you to my team, every one of them. They're so special to me, and I love them. I love them all. So, yeah. And the battle, Jake, he kind of checked out. I tried to hang with him a little bit, off the start. The start was a little hairy, but I tried to, just throw a rope around Jake and hang for a couple of laps. But he kind of checked out. I started to creep in. I think I might have gained a little bit on him mid-race, but he just probably was in cruise control. I got nothing for Jake this weekend, so hats off to him. So, yeah, it was a good race overall. Happy to be back up here on the podium.
As always, you look amazing, man, and congratulations. You want us to thank some sponsors?
Most definitely, yeah. Obviously, Tucker Speed, GP Suspension, Law Tigers, Pirelli Tires, just getting us glued to this racetrack out here. Behringer Brakes, Alloy Art, Ultra Cool. So many good companies that keep me going fast out there. Thank you.
Excellent. Here's Paula Fox with your second-place trophy, my friend. Congratulations. And the Australian phenom securing your first place spot. Jake Masters, talk to us.
Yeah, I went pretty deep on that start. Sorry, boys. I was like, I really want to get out front straight away. But I'm glad everyone made it safe. It was hot out there. I had some speed in the start, and then I kind of got comfy, and I seen Tucker was right there, so I was like, I can't really slow down. He was riding really well. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Rob for putting the event on. I'm stoked to be out here, and I'm ready for Vegas, so let's get going.
There we go. You want to thank the sponsors?
For sure. I'd like to thank Sly Fox, Suburban Motors, the whole team, obviously, for the weekend. Ben, he's been tuning my bike all weekend. We got Legends. We got Hayes, Alloy Art. Bridgestone, Rory's been changing tyres all weekend. Thanks, everyone. I'm pumped to be here.
Right on, my man. Good. Congratulations. And here's Paula Fox, your first place trophy.
All right. The big hugs there from our Grand Marshal-elect, Miss Paula Fox. And holding up that Figurati trophy at the Figurati podium. Jake Masters getting the job done. Always love to see the camaraderie between riders as well. Hey, got to give a huge shout out to all of our amazing sponsors, including our title sponsor, the Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers. We were able to catch up with VP of Sales and Marketing from Drag Specialties, Paul Devine, earlier this weekend.
We're out here at Gingerman Raceway with Paul Devine, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for the Le Mans Corporation. You guys have been a part of the Bagger Racing League since its inception. What's it been like being out here and watching this thing grow so much?
Yeah, so we've been here since day one, and we couldn't be more excited about the grassroots and just the racing and the passion with all these great riders and the brands that support it. I mean, you literally, if you're a passionate race fan, you could build one of these on your own for 10 grand and come out and race. What could be more exciting? You can get all those parts right out of our catalog.
And it's really pushed the R&D from these manufacturers to really push the limits on these bikes and come out with such a great product lines.
Yeah, it's no fun when you break down, but when you break, you got to buy new parts. So we get excited about that, and it's not because we want to necessarily sell a lot more parts to these racers. We want them to kind of get that, but yeah, all the manufacturers develop new products, they improve their products, they learn from racing, so it couldn't be better.
And it's easy to say that we couldn't do this without the Drag Fat Book, so we appreciate all your support and you guys being a part of making this thing grow.
Yeah, we want it to grow, We could use, we could fit twice as many racers here. So hopefully the word gets out and more people come racing. Come on out here. It's a beautiful day.
Let's make it happen.
All right, I love to see it. Great stuff there from Paul and the entire Drag Specialties crew. We definitely could not do it without them, so a huge thank you to everybody involved there, from the VP to your local Drag Specialties dealers, like we talked about. If you guys are interested in kind of taking your ride and saying, hey, what do I need to do to be able to line up at one of these events, go to baggerracingleague.com. It's got all of the class specifications, the bike specs, everything that you need to know. And then, go to your local dealership. Tell them to bring out the Drag Specialties Fat Book. See what they've got. We've got a ton of great brands that, like Larry Mills was talked about, we have truly tested and designed based off of the racing data that we've seen here at the Bagger Racing League. So great stuff going on there for sure. As we get ready to send things down for our final podium, Steve, back down to you.
And we're here with our Barnett Clutch Cables Super Street third place winner, Mr. Nick Salman. Nick, give us a rundown.
Jake McGuire's a badass. I gave him everything I had. We knocked 3 seconds off our fastest time from yesterday. And I was talking out loud. I just needed him to make one mistake. I was saying, just one, Jake, just give me one. And we swapped back and forth, 3 or 4 times, and we'd run her wide, go inside, and then we got into a little bit of traffic, and I thought, hell, this is my spot. This is my chance. And then he went to the inside, put that guy into me, and ran me wide. And I was like, that wasn't the plan, But I got to give it to him. I was following him through turn 6. There was smoke rolling off his tire. And I thought, man, are we going that hard? Then I started feeling me sliding. I was like, all right, I got to keep up. But yeah, I haven't had that much fun on a track in a long time. So that's good.
That's all that matters, man.
Yep.
You want some sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I do. LM2, Rob Oliva. Like I said, he's always been a mentor of mine. My boys, SCS Salman Cycle Solutions, and the crew at home holding it down. Barkley Trucking, Roosters, Harley Davidson, DP, Larry, great friend, great person. Couldn't do it without him. And Legend Suspension. Bridgestone, Rory. I'm low on the totem pole, but he shows me just as much love as he does everybody else, so I'm very appreciative of that. And, of course, Rob Bidos for putting this all on. So.
Excellent. We got Paula Fox here with third place trophy.
I like Paula, too. She's cool.
And we're here with Jake McGuire, our second place winner. Jake, how'd it go out there?
That was the scariest race I've had on the track and the most fun I've had on the track. It was a blast.
Give us a little details about that.
I couldn't get rid of Nick. Every time I thought I was putting a little bit of space there, here he came and he'd fly by me in a turn, and we were battling out there.
That's what it's all about, man. You got some sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Harley Davidson Bowling Green, Death Metal Racing, Speed Farm, Revolution Performance, Ultra Cool, G Brakes, Fastline Track Days, Legend Suspension, RC Components, and Thundermax. Advent Black and Daytona Helmets. I'll get it one day.
Excellent. Here we got Paula Fox with your trophy. And we're here with Brendan Foley, our first place winner. Brendan, you're getting used to being up here, man. How was it out there today?
Oh, man, it felt good. It was definitely a bit hotter today, So I was halfway through the race. I just kind of I had to pump the brakes a little bit. I was starting to get winded, but it was a good time. I was chasing Tony down, it took me a few laps to get around him, and, once I got around him, I was able to breathe a little bit. That was my goal. He's fast, and it's a good time. I feel like these street stock bikes are set up, you can go fast on them, but it's very limited. It's fun. You're really pushing the limits on these things.
Well, as always, you look amazing out there. You have some sponsors you'd like to thank?
Oh, yeah. There's so many. Just starting with Joe and Catherine and, Rory over at Bridgestone being here all weekend, taking care of us. Everyone over at Legend Suspension, Performance Machine, Bridgestone, Sly Fox, Feeling Parts. There's so many that come together and make this happen. And, if you're at home and you're watching this right now, look into the street stock class. It's affordable. It's a good time. We need more people out here.
Definitely, man. And here is Paula Fox, their trophy, so this banner stops hitting us.
We're burning it down out here. Even the inflatables, they can't hang on to it. That's what it's all about, man. A huge congratulations to everybody there at the podium as we get ready to catch back up with our friend Rory from Bridgestone Tires, a huge part here at BRL.
We're out here at Gingerman Raceway, Bagger Racing League, presented by Drag Specialties, sponsored by Memphis Shades. Rory from Bridgestone Tires, you guys have been out here every time I've been at the races, just making sure all these riders have the best tires in the game. Give us a little example of what the tires you guys use on the track versus the tires you guys are using on the street, and why there's such a huge difference.
So a lot of the Bagger guys, what they use here on the track is they use their slicks. Actually, they use a really soft, or Tree XS we call it. So it's their extra soft tire. And then on the street, they use like sport tire. You know, we have a tire called an S23. So actually, Carl from Speed Farm is running that tire here. We have him race on it just so we know the longevity of it under extreme conditions. If it works out here, it'll work on the street.
Now, being out here on the racetrack too, it's helped a lot of R&D and kind of figure out what's good out here that's going to be even better on the street, correct?
Yeah, and that's, you know, like with Carl, that's what we do there. With our slicks, we're always striving to make them better. Everything we learn here at the track will go back to R&D, and our next generation of slicks will be even better from what we've learned from using them here.
Well, everybody I see here is running Bridgestone, and that's got to be for a reason, man. So we appreciate you guys being out here.
Yeah, we love being here. Like, BRL is a big part of our road race program. You know, we learn a lot here. You know, I think we're all learning. BRL is so new. It's like 5 years old at this point. So it's a really good experience for us. We get great information in a field we were never in before. So, yeah, we're pumped to be here, and we learn a lot.
We appreciate you helping it grow.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, great stuff going on down there from Bridgestone and Rory. Like we said, it seems like every round Rory and the entire Bridgestone crew continuing to innovate and elevate the entire group there with Bridgestone. We've got them continuing to reintroduce their Supermoto line. Exciting to see what they're doing here at BRL. Hey, let's get ready to send things down to the man behind BRL, Rob Bidas, standing by.
Hey, this is Rob Bidas, and we're down here at the BRL in Gingerman. Now, there's one more big award to pass out. And what makes it such a big award is it's for somebody that's behind the scenes, somebody that had to work extra hard, overtime, to get everything crazy done, to make sure that the racers had an opportunity to go out and compete. And today, we actually have a co-award winner. That's right. During the incredible hustle over the course of yesterday, the Suburban Sly Fox Road Glide team had to change the transmissions. Not one time, but they had to do it twice in the span of just a few hours. And if anybody out there in the world knows what it's like to work that hard in the heat, outdoors, in the elements, well, this is the Motion Pro Tools. My friend Chris Carter, who just got into the AMA Hall of Fame, congratulations, you Hall of Famer, put together an award for the technicians. That's right, the guys and girls that work behind the scenes. And our first technician, they work side by side, my man Jake coming in here. Jake, congratulations. And Snowball, his first day at school, then he picks up an award already. You guys been coming out to these BRL races for many, many years now. It's never ending. It's a fire drill every day.
Oh, it is. There are always something going on. They're breaking down, keeping them going, keeping gas, air in the tires, keeping the tire warmers on, and then mechanical issues at that.
Well, they got the transmission change. Snowball, congratulations. Now, he was in charge of sunblock all weekend here. Wanted to make sure everybody was lubricated now, the sun.
Fully covered.
Fully covered. Congratulations.
SPF
Hold on, nice work job.
Fully covered with a sunscreen for sure. Got my SPF hat on. We had a good time. It was cool yesterday, hot today, but running through the transmission job and making sure stuff wasn't missed and lost and everything's tight. Here we go.
Folks, thinking of here we go, we're going to see Chris Carter. He's coming to Mid-Ohio. He's going to be down there for the big AMA BRL Championship run that's coming up the end of July. We'll get these guys some Motion Pro awards. Congratulations, my friend. This is the Motion Pro Tech of the Events. We had a dual winner this week.
Dual winner going on there, and great to show a little behind-the-scenes appreciation as well. So many folks involved with getting each one of our athletes out on track. Well, once again, guys, rounds 5 and 6 of the 2025 Drag Specialties Battle of the Baggers presented by Memphis Shades come to a close. What an incredible weekend it was. I mean, this weekend was the weekend of battles. We had all kinds of breakaway groups, especially here today. It seemed like 2, 3, 4, and even 5 riders at a time swapping positions in a couple of our different classes. But a lot of familiar faces at the top step of the podium. Got some new faces joining the ranks of BRL as well. But all in all, a great weekend of racing. Hopefully all of our riders that might have found themselves on the ground at one point or another are all right. Machine's going to be able to get put back together. There's Jake Masters getting locked in before grabbing another win here this season. You see Cody Gilmore off to a solid start as well. Things are certainly exciting here at the Bagger Racing League. Some bar banging, position swapping. And it seems like now the battle's not just for the lead, not just for the podium, but for top fives and even fighting to stay inside the top tens as well. So good to see how spent these riders are. They enjoyed their time for sure. Make sure if you guys are interested as well, you go to baggerracingleague.com, look into the class information and specifications to find out how you can line up here at a BRL event soon. Well, hey, this is one of many racing series that we cover here on RacerTV.com. Let's give you a look into our upcoming broadcast schedule just a little bit, couple of weeks before we'll be at the pinnacle of amateur motocross racing, the Loretta Lynn's Amateur Motocross National out in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. You're going to have live coverage all week long from July 29th all the way through August 2nd. And then maybe a week or two after that, I think it's literally the following week, we're going to head up to New York for the New York State Amateur Motocross Championship at High Voltage Hills MX, August 9th and 10th. You don't want to miss that either. That is one of my favorite tracks, especially up there in the New York area. And then after that, we're going to jump back into the tail end of the GNCC racing season, picking up with the final 4 rounds of racing action. Want to give a lot of thank yous here for everybody involved with RacerTV.com and our AG video crew there on site at these BRL events. Our executive producer, Carrie Jo Russell, OPAG, our producer, Adam Gordon, OPDH, our producer, Don Hampton, our director, Jack Renner, our engineer in charge and replay operator, Jordan McFadden, our audio technician, Brian Wall, our camera operators, Leah Myers, Cody Colvin, Adam Atkins, John Carpenter, Mark Hampt, and Mike Nichols, as well as our drone pilot, Gabe Scholl. For Hollywood, Dave Dildine yesterday, and Steve Edgar all weekend long, I'm Zach Herron. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time at the Bagger Racing League.